Next up at UFC 311, we got Karol Rosa taking on Ailin Perez. Karol Rosa, 18-6 in her career. She is 3-2 in her last 5, alternating wins and losses. Taking on Ailin Perez, 11-2 in her career, 4-1 in her last 5. She is riding a 4-fight win streak. Karol Rosa is a very accomplished fighter. She's been around for quite some time. Busy striker, landing almost 6 significant strikes per minute. She is willing to trade. Decision fighter for the most part, solid takedown defense, solid takedown offense. She has 12 takedowns in 10 UFC fights, and the takedown defense is sitting steadily at 68%. Doesn't really have a ton of power, but she's got plenty of cardio and good pressure. She is coming off that win over Pani Khanzad, where she destroyed her legs early and just flat out beat her up. Now Pani's in the GFL, or whatever the hell that promotion is. She's taking on Ailin Perez. You may know her for all your filthy individual reasons, but I know her as a dominant, come forward, heavy pressure wrestler. She's a well-rounded fighter overall, but for the most part, at this point in her career, she is a forward pressure wrestler. Mostly a grappler. She can strike, and when she does, she's got a good long jab that she'll use to plot forward and then back you up. She uses her size, her strength to bully people to the ground. She's got some trips and drags. Once she hits the ground, pretty aggressive working from there. She is coming off that first UFC finish of hers over Daria, where she missed weight, was shaking. It was a whole thing. Everybody's talking about, oh my God, she looked bad. She looked bad. Angelo, she looked so bad. But then she said on the microphone after the fight, it was all an act. And I was surprised. Imagine my surprise a few weeks ago when I saw that Karol Rosa was the -162 favorite. You know, big hands favors wrestlers. And then when I looked at this fight again last week, it was even wider odds. And now we've got -260, almost a 3-1 Karol Rosa. And that is absolutely shocking to me. I don't understand this line movement. I think Karol should be the favorite. I think she's the better actual fighter. She's certainly accomplished more things or beaten the better slate of people so far. But she should not be a 3-1 favorite. The only actual wrestler she fought was Sarah McMahon, who took her down 4 times. And yeah, that's an extreme because she's an Olympian. But the reality is Ailin Perez is going to come forward, have cardio for days, and just shoot takedown after takedown after takedown after takedown. And I think she can get them. I think Ailin Perez wins this fight. I bet on her, and you can get even better odds on her now. And then I see this comment, +3.5, lock. Yeah, the problem is they know that. So you have Ailin Perez as a 2.5-1 underdog. And if you want to bet +3.5, which means just win a single round, -300. So they know that this is a razor-thin fight. That's why I don't understand why these odds are so wide, but people bet on it. The computer adjusts the odds, and that's just how this goes. Ailin Perez is going to be the pick here. She's picking the dog. What do you think, Jakey Bombalotes?
I think you're going to go pee.
Nah, I'm holding it in.
First of all, I know that people are obsessed with Ailin Perez and all this stuff, and you know, there's this video and that video, and there's I've been told about these other ones and stuff like this. And let me just first off saying, and people are going to agree with me, that Karol Rosa is a much more beautiful girl than Ailin Perez. I think Karol Rosa is one of the more beautiful girls in the division in the UFC. It definitely a power couple, one of the biggest power couples. If you didn't know, her girlfriend or wife, whatever, is Denise Gomes. So I think they're going to take over the world. This is an unbiased pick, and I'm telling you this right now. Okay, I'm telling you in front of Angelo, in front of God and everybody. Ailin Perez is not good. Okay, not good. I promise you, she has the most Mickey Mouse resume and record that I have ever seen in the UFC. She comes in, UFC debut, fights a decent Stephanie, gets fucking smoked, right? So they're like, oh my God, this girl's got a big ass and she twerks. We got to get her a win. Let's give her Ashley fucking Evans Smith, who hasn't fought in 3 fucking years and shouldn't even be a fighter in general, let alone the UFC. Ailin Perez goes to a decision with her, right? Okay, let's get her a finish, right? Let's get her Lucy Pudilova, who's 3-8 in the fucking UFC. Let's give her that girl. Maybe we can get a finish out of Ailin Perez or all this fucking 2 for 8 takedowns on Lucy Pudilova. Was controlled, 3 or 4 minutes by Lucy Pudilova. 3-8 in the UFC. Squeaks out a decision win. Oh my God. Let's give her Jocelyn and maybe let's fraud check her a little bit. She takes down Jocelyn. She wins that fight, was reversed 4 times, almost submitted, right? And they're like, oh, God. She almost lost that fight. We got to give her somebody else. Give her fucking Daria, who doesn't belong in the fucking UFC, isn't even that caliber. What does Daria do? Takes her fucking down, right? And then Ailin's able to win a little scrambler too. Karol Rosa has been taken down by one person, Sarah McMahon, who's, as Andrew mentioned, an actual wrestler. Not these fucking bullshit body lock and just kind of fall on somebody. And then when I fall on somebody, I don't have great control and they're going to get away. Or maybe I'm in full mount against some fucking bum. I don't even know how to ground strike properly, right? Just too interested in putting on a show. Watch that Norma Dumont fight with Karol Rosa. Norma Dumont tried for 15 fucking minutes to body lock takedown Karol Rosa. Finally did in the 3rd round. Karol Rosa was on her knees and back up within 1.5 seconds and knocked down Norma Dumont in the 3rd round for her fucking troubles. Oh, she was also taken down by Jocelyn. 2 fucking seconds, and then she reversed that position. Karol Rosa ballooned up to minus 300. She should be minus fucking 500. I can't wait until Ailin doesn't get those first 2 takedowns and then is like looking around like, what do I do now? She's just getting fucking beat the fuck up, gassed, more desperate for the takedowns. Is going to get finished in the 2nd or 3rd fucking round. She's fucking terrible.
I disagree with half of that. I agree in that I said very clearly in my Quick Picks video, Karol Rosa is the better fighter. I said it in this video. She's the better all-around fighter, but sometimes
she beat Norma Dumont. I mean, she didn't, but I thought she won that fight. Norma Dumont would fucking absolutely destroy Ailin Perez.
Listen, Norma Dumont, I like Norma Dumont as a fighter.
Norma.
We did see Norma.
We saw Norma. We saw Norma at the fight. We saw her. We saw it. We saw her.
It is crazy. It was crazy. It's
guys, I can't even describe the difference. Usually you see what you think you're going to see, and then that was real life, man. That was real life, and we saw it.
It's crazy because they talk about Norma's backside on the broadcast. Like you'll even hear, what's her name, call it a dump truck. Yeah, Sanko will say, "Oh, she's got a dump truck, dude." It's 5 times bigger than you would ever.
First
imagine.
of all, this is what's funny. This is early on when I'm filming, which is just funny because I don't want to post the pictures and then post this one. You're gonna be like, "Oh, she was like, oh, where's this picture?"
She looked right at you. She's like, creep.
Right, but she looked at me, and then she was posing a little bit. I can't even find the fucking picture. There's the picture of C-Rod flipped me off, but anyway, she did like because I said like, "Hey, Norma," and then so here's one of them.
Yeah, it's just sticking so much farther out than anything else. Look at that.
I mean, it's just like, and this is like with all due respect as well. I understand that she is a married woman as well. This is with.
I thought you said they were just dating.
I don't know. With all due respect here, we want to congratulate. I have her as my sleeper pick to win the belt this year, and I just couldn't. I mean, that was
back to this.
I didn't even need it. I didn't even realize I was taking pictures. It literally was just like. And all of a sudden, I'm like... Oh.
Your hands started to... Yeah. Literally, back to this fight, I said Karol Rosa is the better fighter. And then you said, oh, Norma Dumont took her... The problem with Norma, and using that as an example, Norma keeps fights closer than they should be. Other than even in that fight with, what's her name, the kickboxer, that was closer than it needed to be, and she turned into a Nurmagomedov. She keeps fights closer than they need to be. I think Ailin Perez can have some success here. Potentially enough success.
What a slip there, huh?
Potentially enough success to actually win this fight, so I bet a small amount on her as a dog. She's an even bigger dog now. Yes, the plus 3.5 bet is a lock because all she has to do is win 1 round, and I think she can absolutely do that.
It is a lock. I can't wait to revisit this one too.
The problem is those odds are just absolutely crazy.
Remember when the plus 3.5 was a lock with fucking Dudakova, and I sat here and told you how fucking
I didn't say that was a
Dudakova
lock.
Was?
I did not say it was a lock. That's why I only put 25
Didn't I
bucks
sit here and tell you that she was fucking terrible?
And saying Dudakova looked good early, got takedowns.
She landed 3 total significant strikes, was reversed every time she got some bullshit takedown, and was finished in the second round. That's not a good performance.
She got takedowns, looked good doing it. That was the point I made. Ailin Perez is Angelo's pick. And then DraftKings Fantasy at $7,600. If you think she can get some takedowns, have some success, that's $7,600.
If you guys are interested in the vlog, this isn't some weird picture that I was in his room. And I don't know what was the thought process.
I was just getting ready for the day, man. Just getting ready. There you go.
Still here, Minty? Can we get a grade on this?
WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top. It's freaking $10 for an entire month. You'll have access to every single pick, bet, tool, and everything else that we do.